And we're back. Play with matches.
Hello.
Because we got to talk about some things, guys. We got to talk about some things. Diddy's trial is heating up. And Justin Bieber has finally spoken out about his relationship with Diddy.
Really?
And or whether, you know. Can
we not?
He addressed it finally.
He did?
He did.
What did he say?
Very telling. A very telling statement that we will get into.
Hmm.
Because it's like, what did he say? And then what? See what I'm talking about? Do you see what just happened?
I do see what just happened.
Did I do that? Clearly not. Anyway, but I wanted to actually, you know what? Let me show you this, dude. So this happened yesterday. Like this story that all of a sudden it's like in the middle of the trial, like the day, like yesterday. It's the middle of the trial, dude. And there's like, oh my God, a brand new lawsuit against Diddy. And it says that his pee-pee looks like a Tootsie Roll. And I'm like,
what?
Where has this girl been all along? Because that screams to me like, let me suck up the news cycle with some weird story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's so weird.
Or it's intentional because...
Are 50 and Diddy friends or no?
No. I mean, they were always frenemies.
Yeah.
But 50, like, secretly hates... They're not even secret. I don't even know how to even describe their relationship. It's like they like pretend to be friends, but like they're definitely not.
Okay.
50 Cent is making a documentary surviving Diddy for Netflix. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And, well, Diddy and him kind of were always like, ha ha ha, in public, like on camera. And then, but behind the scenes,
not so much.
And Diddy took one of 50 Cent's girls, like ex-fiance or something like that, and then had a kid with her.
Oh, dang.
That's like the ultimate ownership for a big rap star.
Well, apparently he has a Tootsie Roll in his pants.
I feel like we would have heard about that by now.
That is the funniest.
I know. It's so racist.
It is.
It's so racist. They're all, he's got a Tootsie Roll penis. You're all, hey, hey there. That doesn't sound right. I thought all black dudes had enormous peens. Gosh, I guess I was wrong.
Guess you were.
Hey, that's why I don't believe it. Like, that's why I don't believe
exactly.
it.
Impossible.
Like, come on, dude. Give me a break. There's no billionaire black guy that doesn't have an enormous game. Just kidding.
All right, so.
Okay, so
tell me things.
All right. So basically, Justin Bieber. We'll start with the Justin Bieber thing, and then we'll get to the case itself that is imploding because Cassie. Well, it's imploding to the public that is just interpreting like what's coming. Let's start right there. Cassie's text messages are absolutely fucking damning. Okay, like she was 100% an active participant in this. Like, you know, there are all these texts. Like, she was super into the freak offs, obviously. Okay. Here's the thing, though. And Megyn Kelly, you know who Megyn Kelly is?
Yeah.
So Megyn Kelly, who is also an attorney, very smart.
Oh, I didn't know she was an attorney.
Yeah. So I was just talking about this on my live stream that, like, so what she pointed out is that legally, you can be engaged in a completely consensual act with a girl. And if she says, no, I'm done now, and you keep going, that's great, right?
Yeah.
And trafficking, identical. So
if at any point they said that they didn't want to be there or whatever.
And she's forced to continue or whatever.
Yeah.
So in the video where she was dragged down the hall and, you know, beat up or whatever, she's testifying that was her fleeing a freak off and he beat her up and dragged her back, which turns it into kidnapping and trafficking. And the kidnapping is in the racketeering charge.
Okay.
If that is the criteria, like if that really is the criteria, if all you have to do is prove it one time, he's cooked, dude.
Yeah.
Like he's cooked. As much as she was a willing participant all the time, it's like
shaking the desk.
Thank you for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
See, guys, that's what it's like to have you, my best friend. She's my best friend. Jesse, you're bouncing the table. I'm like, oh my God, Gabrielle.
You're so
Pinky
weird.
swear.
Okay.
Anyway,
but yeah, if that is the criteria, I don't know. Maybe
I mean, if that's the criteria, then it sounds pretty open and shut.
Or they were just using the whole Cassie situation to paint the picture of like what a awful person he is, and they're going to bring in other people who are the trafficked people. Maybe
that's what everybody keeps saying, but it's like this is witness number one. Like this is the very
is that where you pull out all the stops? You just go like straight for it.
So
I
here,
don't know how trials work.
yes, for sure. The first person on the stand is going to be the most impactful.
That's your
one.
star witness or whatever.
Star witness, exactly. At least, I mean, I think that's what I would.
100%. I mean, I think so.
I'm pretty sure that that's how that goes. Or
somebody who knows.
I don't know about. Wait, you know what? I take that back because
comments.
she wasn't even the first witness. So disregard anything that I just said. When I don't know, I will say I don't know, and
Later.
I don't know.
Later.
I'll say it like this, and they'll be like, "But
actually,
I don't actually know."
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Okay, so here's.
Do we have the witness list or whatever?
There were 4 witnesses, at least victims. Here's the thing, though.
Do we have their names?
Oh no, they're Jane Doe's, except for her. Oh. Okay, so here's the thing. Remember when the drug mule got right?
Like
the little guy who got at the airport, and they brought him in, and then he got released. It was obvious he was cooperating because he got released so fast. Okay, why is he not testifying? Right? Like, I mean, maybe he is, but I'm under the impression I don't think he's testifying.
Maybe that was part of it.
Here's what I think.
Negotiation or whatever.
Here's what I think. I think that James Comey's daughter, who was trying this, was given express instructions to not allow this case to sprawl and rope in other people. Okay. Like they want Diddy and that's it. So if you bring that guy in, he's the drug courier. He's been bringing drugs to everybody. Like,
right.
When they cross-examine him, that gives them the ability to ask anything that they want.
Yeah.
Right? So, perfect example. Remember the guy that we talked about who shot up the resort and then like said all those crazy things?
The prostitute guy.
I
love how you call him the guy that shot up the resort, not the guy that was the prostitute.
Because there's a million prostitutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to say both things. But whatever, yes.
Anywho, so that guy who said that Diddy's in the Illuminati and the Brûlé or whatever, the Black Illuminati, and then he said all kinds of stuff about Obama, Hillary Clinton, all kinds of stuff.
He was dropping stuff.
Bringing down the United States is their goal. So she on cross verified that guy is real.
Yeah.
So right there.
Well, what he was saying is real.
Yeah, he's like really,
he's real.
You know what I mean, dude. But so like right there is a perfect example of someone being cross-examined and it blowing up in their face if the goal is to only go after Diddy and not involve anyone else, And I think that we have verified now that the rich and powerful have a lot of control over things that go out, considering the fact that they definitely 100% are suppressing stories about the Taylor Swift and Blake Lively thing.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Dude. There's not many things that I am better at predicting than how a video is going to perform, or like at the very least, I know when I have a barn burner, like one that's going to blow up for sure. And Blake Lively blackmailing Taylor Swift should have gone to the moon. And if it was just on my channel that it bombed, I'd be like, okay, that's really weird. But I posted one on our channel and my channel, and both are catastrophic bombs, like not even close to any other ones.
Did y'all see it?
Yeah, did you guys see that covers that we did on the fact? I mean, it's like one of the biggest stories ever. Yeah. Like Taylor Swift is cooperating with Justin Baldoni's legal team, and straight up saying like, yeah, Blake Lively tried to.
No. Or I guess Taylor said no, and YouTube just said.
Or they paid,
Right, exactly.
Paid, yeah.
Because said, no.
Yeah, it's wild because literally on both channels. It's unbelievable. Like, look at here, Gabrielle. I'll show Gabrielle right now. Like,
it's not last night.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And then on ours, here it comes. Look at that.
That's crazy.
Told you. Isn't that bananas?
It's super weird.
And then and they're all, oh yeah, the worst click-through rate you've ever had.
Ever.
And then over here, look, worst click-through rate I've ever had. 7. Do you want to know what they're doing? I just realized. Because I don't think that they would lie about the analytics. I don't think they would make the analytics fake.
They're showing it.
They're showing it intentionally to an audience they know won't care about it, I bet.
Maybe.
Because you know what I mean? How else? Like, dude, you could go through my entire library of videos. You will not find a 7% click-through rate.
Yeah.
Like, that's horrific.
Yeah.
And for both channels to have the exact same 7%.
'Tis interesting.
But anywho, so that's what it is. Okay, let's talk about Bieber real quick, and then we'll come back to this stuff if we have time, because we're on borrowed time, guys. Okay. All right. So here's what it is. Okay.
What it is, yo.
So, Gabrielle, you remember the backdrop of the Justin Bieber thing, right?
I do. Right? Mm-hmm.
He was implicated as someone who was on one of the videos,
Mm-hmm.
not by name, but almost certainly.
Yes.
Okay. So here is the statement that Bieber just made yesterday, or Bieber's team.
Okay.
Although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who were genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully deserve.
Interesting.
Interpret that to me.
I don't even... Although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who are genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully deserve. I don't know.
It's so funny how, like, when it comes to, like, marketing, you know, like, you are super genius with marketing, and I'm a retard. Like, it's like lost on me. But when it comes to, like, legal stuff, like things that they say, I see right through it instantly, and then it's kind of like we're like opposites on that. Because
what do you see?
Okay, although Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims, there are individuals who are genuinely harmed by him. Okay, so people are like, oh, so it's not him on the video. Where the fuck does it say that?
It doesn't.
Exactly. Okay. All it says is he's not one of the victims. He could be talking about the trial. He could be talking about whatever. Bottom line is,
it's true.
He has not denied anything that is in those articles. Mm-hmm. Nothing. All he's saying is that if he is in fact in one of the videos, he is not saying that he was a victim. That's it. That's all he said. It's like, so he said nothing, basically. He essentially said nothing. And, yeah, I mean, the rest of it is a nothing burger. It's just that. And then there are individuals who are genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully deserve.
It's a weird statement.
It is enough. It's a nothing. Yeah. Except that we are not going to push forward claiming to be a victim of Diddy's. That's it.
Yeah.
Because there was, I mean, there was more than just like a little bit of circumstantial evidence that it was him. Because the New York Post dropped that article. It said it was an A-list male celebrity who was a bigger star than Diddy, but then added he may have been underage at the time. And then they got statements from the guy's team who said they're just hoping that nothing comes out. You know, he does in that the rep did say they feels like he's being victimized all over again or whatever, but that doesn't mean that they need to stick to that still if it is him. And then Stephen Baldwin, Haley Baldwin, his wife's father, said Jess is going through a really hard time with this Diddy stuff. He's lucky that he has such a good girl with him. Why would that be? Why would the Diddy stuff be hard for him?
Yeah. I mean,
it's not rock solid.
It's not. Makes you wonder, like, would her dad know? Like,
maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. Because you got to keep in mind, too, like, let me show you something else, okay? Like, and I know this intimately from from searching this. Hold on, I'll show you. For thumbnails, right? Mm-hmm. And so, like this. Okay? Like, why Justin Bieber was crying in public.
I feel like he's just a little emo.
Exactly. But does this look like a person who is not, like, if that did happen, does it seem like he's going to keep this in a lockbox from his wife? He's going to tell her, dude.
Right. He's
talking, dude. Because he's been on again, off again, dealing with addiction or whatever. And
poor kid.
From what I've heard, like, people who, like, the reason that they get addicted to things is because they're trying to shield themselves from like trauma. When they get clean, the trauma roars back. Yeah. So, he gets sober and he's just hysterically crying and talking, you know, just like.
Maybe. I wonder if we'll ever know.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, actually, Jesus, I was about to give a lot of credit to the humanity that it doesn't deserve. I was going to say, what kind of monster would actually put that out at this point? And then I'm like, oh,
a lot.
Most of the people in LA, if they had
all the people who have control over the publications.
I would
all
not,
of them.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I had that tape and it was not out, I would not put it out. On my children's lives, I would not put that out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, honestly, like, I wouldn't release information that was super damaging to a person that had not been seen by anyone unless I had decided that the person had done something terrible, you know, like they victimized a kid or beat up a woman. Even actually, dude, even beating up a woman. I said no to a story like that before because I'm like, I like to comment on stories that are already released. I don't want to be the vehicle to destroy things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I know you wouldn't put that shit out.
Oh, hell no.
So we were on the live stream I was just doing, we were talking about whether or not Usher and Snoop and them had been blackmailed into the, you know, political thing. And I was saying, I'm like, dude, you don't need to have been with a kid to be compromised. Like, think about if he loves his wife, like Snoop loves his wife. They've been together forever. And he made a mistake and was on video. I'm like, What do you think he would do to avoid his wife seeing that? I'm like, dude, if that was me, I would do anything to avoid her seeing it.
Just
anything.
Don't do that.
Well, of course. I'm saying, like, I'm like, if he's Snoop Dogg, he's wasted at it on drugs, and he's got an army of these groupies like throwing it at him. It's like, dude, like a guy can make a mistake, like, and you know, that doesn't mean they're a bad person. It certainly doesn't mean they don't love their wife. And again, I would do fucking anything to make sure you never saw that. And someone in the comments was like, why wouldn't you just tell her the truth? And it's like, oh, that's simple. That's the most selfish fucking thing you could do in that case. Like, that's
we've had that conversation.
That's your fucking punishment. Like, if you're a person who genuinely loves your spouse, like really loves your spouse, and you make a frivolous decision like that, you're going to feel guilty about it. You're going to feel terrible about it. That's your fucking punishment. Okay.
You have to sit in that. You don't get to resolve it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go tell them. That's you trying to make yourself feel better. Like, it destroys them. You pass that on to your spouse if you tell them. You need to live in your fucking shame. And then, you know.
Not everyone agrees with this, but I don't think you're off base.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
People, you know, honesty is the best policy.
If you're truly remorseful, like there's a difference between I'm not going to tell my wife and go do it over and over and over again.
No,
that's not what we're talking about.
No,
we're talking about holy shit, I completely fucked up and I can't take it back. I can't change it. And now I just have to sit with that guilt and that kind of like internal shame forever. Like, that's my punishment, because you're right. When you tell it to the spouse, now there's this underlying level of distrust and wondering
and just emotional destruction,
damage. Yeah. So many things. Like, for her, the relationship will never be the same again.
Maybe. But I mean, you know, if they stay together for another 10 years, you could probably would. But, you know, yes, correct. And like, because who I'm talking about like the guy who does that. And then in the morning they wake up and they're like throwing up in the bathroom because they're so sick about what happened.
Not because they're hungover.
No, not. Well, I mean, I would hope that they're also hungover, but it's like, dude, you have to eat that.
Right.
Like, you have to fucking eat that.
Yeah.
Forever.
I have to go put allergy drops in my eyes. They're itching so bad.
Oh, we've been going 19 minutes, so I can just destroy this fucking video. And I don't want to tell Daddy that one time I slipped and fell on a dick and I threw up.
Ew.
Just kidding. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out.
Love ya.
Bye-bye.